Welcome in, everybody. It's time for another episode of Devon's Table. It is the holiday edition, and with the holidays, it's the Happy New Year. I'm Devon O'Day.
I'm Sylvia Gagnier.
And from Louisiana, Los Angeles, and whether you know it from movies, TV, or like me, from birth.
Hey.
Faith Ford, my sister, is here with us. And a fantastic cook. Check out her cookbook, Cooking with Faith. And Sylvia, the new year has to have black-eyed peas. And why is that?
Well, there are certain traditions, and it actually is all around the world. So there's certain things that stand for your wealth for the new year. Mm-hmm. So your black-eyed peas are your pennies. Mm-hmm. And, of course, your collard greens or your leafy greens, that's your greenbacks. So you want to eat a lot of those so you have prosperity in the New Year's. But you were saying your favorite things are?
Beans and greens. And cornbread.
And cornbread. And all those things go great for New Year's, especially in the South.
Oh yeah.
I have yet to miss it. It's every single New Year's Day. It has to happen.
Everybody talks about Thanksgiving meals, Christmas meals. My favorite is New Year's because we always had pork, we always had greens or cabbage. Cabbage is always my favorite. Mm-hmm. And then either field peas or black-eyed peas, but...
And the black-eyed pea tradition, a lot of people now just open the can and dump them in and have a sodium bath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're not as good. They're starchy and just...
mushy.
Yeah.
Too mushy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And people are like, I don't like black-eyed peas. And then they have them made the right way, the traditional Southern way, starting from a dried pea and reconstituting them. Now, this is a game changer because this is not difficult. We all have these modern things called a cell phone.
Yeah.
And if you have not yet discovered on your cell phone, there is such a thing called an alarm. If you set an alarm for whatever time the night before, and when the alarm goes off, you go, I need to put my peas in some water. Mm-hmm. You will remember to do it, and the next day, they will go from looking exactly like this, these tiny little things, to double their size. So for every cup of peas, you put in 2 cups of water. Mm-hmm. Okay. Make sure
1 to 2.
1 to 2 ratio, and make sure there's enough room in whatever container you're using, because these peas are going to grow, right? Double the size, they're growing up. So make sure you have a little oversized container. Leave them out either on the counter if the room is cool. You can put them in the refrigerator if you or like your grandmother's house and she keeps it at 85. You might put them in the refrigerator.
Mama.
But I leave them out on the counter and they're fine till the next morning. And you'll come in and they'll look exactly like this. You're going to drain this water off. You're going to get new water, again, 2 to 1 ratio. Mm-hmm. I am terrible. I'm not a Southern girl. If you would ask anyone else, for this one reason, is because I don't put pork in these. I'm a Southern girl in every other way.
But no bacon.
Born and bred here, but no pork in these because I want the true flavor of these. I use onion and garlic and salt, and that's it.
You know, I do a lot of beans that way now. I've gotten where I don't use pork in them, and I always add a little bell pepper too. I like a bell pepper in mine, but
you're from Louisiana.
I know.
Well,
You'll put the pepper
trio,
to it.
Trio. But I always in my beans. But I have a friend that he was Southern boy from Houston, Patrick, and he actually doesn't do pork in his anymore either. And he was really adamant about it. And he said it's and I've tasted them. They're as good, if not better.
I just think they have this beautiful little nuance. So that's how you're going to do your black-eyed peas for your New Year's to serve alongside of your greens. You can use this method with any other type of dried bean, whether it's a garbanzo bean, whether it's a black bean.
That's her bean. She likes
I like it. Yeah. I like all beans. I haven't met a bean I didn't like. I mean, so far.
What are these little orange ones here?
And those are lentils. And I was just going to mention that this is the one type of dried bean that you do not need to soak.
That's right.
Oh.
They are very, very small. They reconstitute very quickly in a warm liquid, whether it's a chicken stock or water. So it is the only one that if you put this in there and you do this method, you come back in the next morning, you're going to have a big old thing of mush. So it's the one that you don't
That's right.
So,
Okay.
and then we have some beautiful beans over here, the Rancho Gordo beans. So if you love any of these crazy, wild, sort of fun things, like, this is a Stalliard bean. We have cassoulet beans.
Oh,
we
yum.
have Christmas limas. Did you grow up having
Christmas limas.
Oh my gosh, they're
Christmas
red.
lime? What's so Christmassy about them?
They're red with a little green in them.
Oh,
and
that sounds fantastic.
Santa Claus loves them, and you can put those out. along
I'm
with
in
cookies.
love. I can get them from them?
Yeah, he loves
my
them.
gosh.
And the reindeer actually love carrots with those beans. So if you need
yes.
to leave something else for the reindeer, so that's always a good thing to do.
That's right.
So all the Rancho Gordo beans soak overnight really well like that.
And these are available in the Green Door Gourmet store. I might add, I spied these and the last time I went through, I'm going, y'all we gotta try these beans. And you do soak these just like you would these.
Yes, and so after you rinse them, you put your water in, you put your onion, you put everything else into the pot, low and slow until they're just tender. Take them off the heat. If you cook them in a Dutch oven like this, it's going to retain the heat, so you don't have to keep reheating them, and the peas won't turn to mush.
Now, I just have my grandma's old...
Cast
They're
fine.
Dutch ovens. They're I think they go back to the late 1800s, but they're really, really,
And they're
really
still
amazing.
here.
I think it makes it taste better. I don't know why.
I love cooking in cast iron. I always have.
But I mean, it's okay because I do the French thing where I always saute my vegetables. I always do my onions, my bell pepper, my celery, whatever it is. And what I'll do is I'll set them aside because I like that kind of liquor in the bottom of it, the pot liquor it makes, and it makes them more savory. But then I add them back later so they don't turn to mush.
Yes, you wanted to have a little to the tooth, that al dente something.
Yes.
But if you do them that way, make sure that you don't put a lot of the oil in there because you'll have a lot of oil floating on top of your beans.
See, I like that. I like the oil. Well, it's not bad oil.
If you like that method, make them like Faith. If you don't want oil in your beans,
like
make
your
them like
beans
me.
anyway.
It's fine.
But
And I use bacon. You can make them like me too.
it's grapeseed oil, so it's a little bit better oil, I think. I don't know, but it's teach his own. But I know I would like everything you make because that freaking cheesecake was the best thing I've ever had in my life. I mean, seriously.
I guess New Year's Day y'all are going to be at the house because we'll be making beans, greens, and cornbread.
That's right.
It's so good. Hey, at the end of the show, we'll tell you a few things that you can get in the Green Door Gourmet store. So stick around till the end of the show, but we got lots more, so stay tuned. Walmart Supply Chain is hiring in Lebanon. Earn up to $22.25 an hour when you join our new fulfillment center. Enjoy competitive pay and premium perks, including 100% paid college tuition, 401k match, flexible schedules, a free Walmart Plus membership that includes discounts, and free Paramount Plus, paid time off, and so much more. Fulfilling work starts right here. Text JOIN to 240-240. That's JOIN 240-240 to apply now.
Nestled in Nashville along the Cumberland River, Green Door Gourmet is a 350-acre organic farm, agritourism operation, and on-farm store. Green Door Gourmet grows a wide variety of fruits, flowers, vegetables, and herbs using holistic organic methods, providing our customers, including local restaurants and florists, with the absolute best direct from the field produce. Enjoy seasonal cut farm flower bouquets all summer long with our Green Door Gourmet Flower CSA. Farm field trips are offered March through October, as well as seasonal cooking classes and on-farm events such as our annual Fall Fest. Our on-farm store features Green Door Gourmet produce as well as products from our farm partners, the area's best local producers, including grass-fed meats, honey, jam, dairy, baked goods, and much more. Our local Farm Box program allows customers to take home a box with a variety of produce options based on what is growing at Green Door Gourmet. Join us in the spring for the You Pick Strawberry season. Our Countrypolitan White Oak Community Center is the perfect setting for weddings, meetings, farm-to-table and corporate events, and social occasions. Come visit Green Door Gourmet, just minutes from downtown Nashville.
I'd worry about someone. I don't know if I could even trust them if they didn't like hot water cornbread.
I wouldn't trust them either.
No.
Discover one-of-a-kind wines in a special place naturally made for relaxation. Amber Falls Winery and Cellars. Descend into our underground cellar and taste award-winning wines. Cajun Best is one of our most intriguing creations. Real Cajun spices are used to give this sweet red blend its distinctive flavor. Get away to where good times and good wines come naturally. Amber Falls Winery and Cellars, where a great start leads to a great finish.
We're finding some very cool things at the Holiday Handmade Market, and I especially love when people are local. Did you hear me? Local? And this is dangerously local. This is in Brentwood. Tell me your name and this wonderful business.
My name is Indigo, and the name of my business is Simply Amazing Apples.
Simply Amazing Apples. Now, think about candied apples, but think about flavors like banana pudding and cheesecake and apple strudel and death by chocolate. Oh my gosh.
Don't forget about bacon.
You have bacon flavored.
We do, yes.
What gave you the idea to do this?
Honestly, my daughter went off to high school, and I was really involved in everything in her schooling, and when she left, I had nothing to do. And I sat around for about a month on board and thought, I need to do something, so that's how this came about.
When did you start the business?
It's been about 5 years now.
You know, that's the thing that I always say. There are passion businesses that start sometimes as an empty nester, sometimes as a second act. Maybe you retire and you look for something different to do. And sometimes it's the art of it. That's the thing. I'm looking at these apples. There's a lot of artistic creativity.
There is. It's a passion of love, or labor of love. It takes a lot to make them, but you know, I knew I had something as years went on and things got busier and busier and more orders, and now I'm doing bigger and bigger shows, and it's hard to keep up with the demand, which is a good thing.
Well, favorite type of apple to use?
Granny Smith.
Because there's so many sweet on the outside, having that little tart on the inside.
Yes, and plus they're a firmer apple. Mm-hmm. They hold up well.
What is the shelf life to some of these apples?
Well, you know, an apple itself will last a long time, and candy itself lasts a long time. So they will last a long time, but I guarantee them for 2 weeks because I want the customer to be able to give them as a gift and still have them last longer than that if they need be. So I always tell people 2 weeks uncut in the fridge.
Okay, so you do refrigerate them when you bring them. So you remember to refrigerate them. Do you ship?
We do. Yes. We ship only in the cooler months, though.
I was wondering about that because I know all my chocolate friends that don't have chocolate friends, but friends who make chocolate. And, you know, Mackenzie, hi. She told me, she says, well, I can't do it in the summer because we can't guarantee anything's going to make it there. And these are high quality chocolates melt. So cooler months work really, really well. And it's a perfect gift for someone, and just to say you're thinking about them, or maybe you're here locally. This would be a great party favor.
Yes, it is. It's a great stocking stuffer for those people in the office that you don't really know what to get. Somebody you may not really know, do the apple strudel. This is our number one seller and pleases pretty much everyone. They make great teacher gifts, just about anybody.
An apple for the teacher. How cool is that? Well, can you give me a price range?
Our apples run $13. Mm-hmm. Our caramel crispy treats run $7, and our caramel pretzel rods run $5.
See, there's a price. There's something here that it can fit anybody's budget. I love it. And where do they find you online?
SimplyAmazingApples.com, or you can find me on Facebook.
I love the Facebook pages. So just go over Simply Amazing Apples, follow them on Facebook, and get to shopping. Apples are good for you. You know, an apple a day.
Keeps the doctor away.
It keeps the doctor away. Well, I don't know, but it certainly makes me happy. That's for sure.
Hey guys, this is Dalton Quigley with Quigley's Landscaping. Let's take a look around at a project that we're just completing. And actually, we designed this a while back, And this is a year later. We're coming back and redoing some pine straw. So let's take a look around. We brought in some boulders to make this place look really great. And so here's the front. We took out the old mulch and put in some pine straw, and look at that amazing boulder. Isn't that great? Look how beautiful. Can you imagine the front yard without that boulder? Let's go take a look in the back real quick. So we redid the edging, pulled weeds, took out the old mulch, which was a brown hardwood, and now we put in the pine straw. So let's take a look. I designed this backyard last year with the client, and take a look at those boulders. So here we have some Taurus spirea, which have amazing spring blooms and terrific fall color. We have some Bobo hydrangeas. These hydrangeas are great. And we have these teddy bear magnolias. Isn't that cool? They've got flowers coming. And then if you take a look around, these are actually little lime hydrangeas. There's a few big little lime hydrangeas. And then more teddy bear magnolias. And that's the backyard. Thank you for watching one of my videos. I'm Dalton Quigley. If you need your landscape redone, you need it designed, you need to make it more comfortable, maybe a hardscape like a paver patio, a nice outdoor fire pit for everybody to gather around, give me a call. My number is 615-715-8216, and I'll see you at your project. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to This Week in Clarksville. I'm with someone you may know, you've seen on here before. We're at Wedding Bells, and I'm with its owner, Lisa Forrest. Lisa, thank you so much again for sharing something that you have coming up.
Thank you. Thank you for coming back to hear about our upcoming events.
You're very welcome. So tell us what you have in store in the coming weeks.
Okay, we have a prom ambassador program where ladies and gentlemen from different high schools can sign up to be prom ambassadors. So they get to do a full-on professional photo shoot. We do a full-on runway show at the Roxy Theater. They get to earn discounts on their prom wear, and one lucky lady and one lucky gentleman is going to earn a free prom dress and a free tux. And that will be for the amount of tickets that they sell in their name to the runway show, which is on January 14th at the Roxy Theater. So if you want to see a good runway show with some local kids, this is a good chance to see one. And it takes about an hour, and we have 40 prom ambassadors.
Do you really?
Yes, and they're from all different high schools within the county, some male, some female. And then we have also a little girls, like, kind of fun pageant. We do a model call for girls from the ages of 2 to 12, and they come in and kind of do the same thing. They do a photo shoot, and they do answer a question just to see how they take direction and how they communicate and do on stage. And then they have a little fake pageant that day that one from everybody gets a trophy, so everybody's, accounted for, but one in each section will get a sash and a tiara, and they're like the winners, and it's all free, and everybody gets to come in and just kind of see what that pageant world feels like a little bit. And then we do a professional photo shoot in February that we use for our social media all year.
That's absolutely beautiful. So this is happening January 14th.
January 14th at 11 o'clock at the Roxy.
Share with me how you found your ambassadors.
Well, we put out a call at the beginning of around September, October, and then we cut off in the end of October, and we usually are full by that time.
Right.
We even have had ambassadors before from out of town, from like Nashville. We've had some from Dixon. We have some from Ashland City. I mean, they come from all over, but we generally try to cut it off at about 40.
Okay.
And so this year we're full. We've got all of our ambassadors, and it's just a real fun time. They get to try on different styles and see what they like, and it's just, they enjoy it.
It sounds like they would. And again, this particular event happening at the Roxy on January 14th. How do you get a ticket to go and see the event?
The tickets can be purchased at the door the day of, or the prom ambassadors all have tickets that they're selling. So they're at their high schools with their little tickets, and then you have to bring it in, and if it's got their name on it, the person who tallies up the most tickets at the end of the day is the person who wins the free gown and the person who wins the free tux.
That's
so
great.
That's what we do, and we're trying to put together a little package this year to be just a little more of like free nails, maybe for free dinner, for some, hair, something like that. So we're working with local vendors to try to see who wants to be involved in this, to maybe just give that winner who really puts forth that extra effort to sell those tickets and get that show filled with a little more than just a free gown.
It really is that full experience of prom, gown, dinner, all the things.
Yes.
That is absolutely beautiful. What put this in your head to do something like this?
We wanted everybody to know that we're here.
Okay.
And that we carry at the height of our season about 500 prom gowns. So there's a large selection. They come and go about every week starting the middle of January. Right now we have a little over 300 in stock, but we've got about 500 more coming in over the next, because proms run till the middle of May.
I guess that's true.
So if they all sell out at the beginning, there's not much left for those that have to wait till the last minute.
Right.
So we have them scheduled to come in about every 2 to 3 weeks, a big shipment, but we start off the season around January 14th, the Monday before Martin Luther King's birthday. That day off is like the big kickoff of prom season, and we'll be swamped. So we try to have a good selection in by that time. So that's why we wanted to do the runway show ahead of time so everybody can see the current styles, what's popular in color, and just kind of maybe get an idea of what they want to do.
Oh, I absolutely love that. So I know how you said where we could get the tickets. How much are tickets?
$5.
$5. And then where does that money go?
It just goes to help us pay the Roxy to rent the auditorium and things like that. So,
well, what a fun experience. Lisa,
It
is there
is.
anything else that I haven't asked that needs to be shared in reference to the event coming up?
just let everybody know to please come to Wedding Bells first, because we're a local shop and we have between 400 to 500 gowns on stock at any given time throughout the prom months, and we just love to help girls find their gown and see their dream come true.
And you have so much knowledge, dress knowledge, in this one woman right here. So if you have a question, she will have that answer for
And
you.
we also have prom ambassadors who work. Some of them need jobs on Saturdays and Sundays, so you may come in and be waited on by one of our prom ambassadors, and who better can help you find a prom dress than a girl who's also going to prom.
100%. That is so true.
And some of those prom ambassadors have gone on to work with us. We have one of our prom ambassadors that's been with us for 6 years now.
That is
And through college and everything. So,
and probably setting her up for success.
yes,
later on.
absolutely.
Lisa, that's beautiful. So before I let you go, one more time, where we can get the tickets and how much they are.
You can get the tickets at the door if you don't know a prom ambassador. If anyone if you have a child in the school system and they know someone who's selling the prom tickets, that will help them to earn, more points towards the drawing. But if you just want to come watch, you can purchase the tickets at the door. It's $5 a person. And if you have a child that sits on your lap, there's no charge for that child.
Fantastic, Lisa. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
So don't forget to get your ticket and be sure to be at the Roxy on January 14th.
Check the thickest part of your chicken with the meat thermometer. Avoid hitting any bones. White meat should be 175 degrees Fahrenheit. Dark meat should be 180. You should see no pink areas, and the juices should run clear. Do not leave the thermometer in while chicken is cooking.
This holiday season, the largest lantern event in the country returns to Nashville Zoo. After sunset, come see more than 1,000 Chinese lanterns. All new designs including mythical beasts, a fantastical North Pole village, even a dragon soaring over your head. Welcome back to Zoo Illumination at Nashville Zoo. Bigger, brighter, and better than ever.
So 410 bridge comes from the Bible verse 1 Peter chapter 4 verse 10 that talks about how each and every one of us has a gift from God, and we need to use that gift to administer God's grace to others.
Traveling to these very rural areas and communities in East Africa was eye-opening. It's a standard of living that we in America cannot wrap our heads around. Rocky and crater-filled dirt roads to get you from one village to the next. Each day you see cattle, goats, and sheep and their shepherds making the treacherous trek to the nearest water. And with the country's unique and arid climate and environmental challenges, well, it creates an incredible strain on these people to have a successful farming operation. And that's where 410 Bridge comes in with their Foundations for Farming program.
When you go into a community that is not implementing a sustainable model, what you find are people who have lost their dignity, have lost their purpose, and are not walking in freedom.
Foundations for Farming has truly transformed the lives of many of those in Kenya.
Yeah, beforehand she had a very hard time, but since she went for empowerment in under 410, she is now very happy.
Even some of the smallest plots can provide food for their own family and also an abundance to sell at their local market. By foot or motorcycle is the most common mode of transportation, neither conducive to carrying large amounts of fruits and vegetables.
The challenging part is the transportation, if we can remember them in prayers, because sometimes to transport, like is have a vision of having like a motorbike or something like a pickup in the future.
410 Bridge also partners with area schools to teach classes not only on farming, but on how to run a business. Young Esther is using this old-fashioned hand-crank mill to turn maize, which we call corn, into flour. There's also a 410 Bridge sponsorship program where people in the U.S. purchase a sheep or a goat for a young person to care for. That has an incredible return for the family.
So with this kind of livestock, she will be able to go to university. But without it, she must stay, hang around, get married earlier, which will not help the family improve economically.
If it was not for the 410 Bridge, I would not have managed to go to the secondary school, or I will just be loitering around finding for minor jobs.
So the Foundations for Farming program isn't just about agricultural projects. It's about relationships. Relationships with those in the community and a relationship with Christ.
When I entered in 410 Bridge, I feel that I'm growing spiritually, and that is what I preach to the parents, to the kids, and also to show them the way to focus and know what God can do in their lives.
Whatever you're having this New Year's, I hope that you have plenty of good luck and good health with your black eyed peas and lots of money with your greens that you have along with it, and cornbread just because it's really good.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Yeah, and I hope that your New Year is blessed, right?
And yours too, Devon.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? We've had a couple of years that were kind of challenging, to say the very least. So may this year be blessed for all of us. And remember, if you're looking for a blessing, you got to first
be one.